In this video, we'll create an adapter for the ViewPager and add the fragments which we created in the previous video to the ViewPager. So let's create the ViewPager variable. And now we need an adapter for this ViewPager. So private class ViewPagerAdapter extends fragment PagerAdapter. Now we need to create a list item of fragments to contain the 4 fragments and a list item of strings to contain the 4 titles. And now we'll create the constructor. Now we'll create a method to add our fragments and titles to these lists. So this addFrag method will add our fragments to this mFragment list and add our titles to this mFragment title list. And now we need to override a few methods. This getItem method returns the current fragment, and this getCount returns the size of our fragment list. And lastly, this getPageTitle returns the title of our fragment list. And now we need to create a function to set up the ViewPager. So private void setup ViewPager, and it takes the ViewPager as its parameter. And here the adapter is the instance of ViewPagerAdapter class. And now we call this addFrag method with our fragment and title as its parameter one by one. And lastly, we set this adapter to the ViewPager variable. Now let's call this setup ViewPager. And if the ViewPager is not null, we call setup ViewPager. And now we need to set up the ViewPager to the tab layout. And this tab layout.setup ViewPager will set the ViewPager to this tab layout. And now we need to add TabSelectedListener to this tab layout. And on tab selected, it changes the ViewPager to the selected tab. To complete this listener, we need to override 2 more methods. Right now we don't have any use for this method, so let's leave this empty. We didn't add an intent to go to our what meaning activity, so let's add that in the main activity. For now, let's add the intent in this onClick listener. Okay, so let's run the app. So this is the main activity. These are the menus, settings and exit. And when we click on the search view, we go to the what meaning activity. So the collapsing toolbar is working very smoothly. Now if you remember, we added nested scroll view in the XML layout of the fragments. So if we are scrolling the ViewPager, the collapsing toolbar is collapsing. The swiping of the ViewPager is also working quite nicely. If you remember, we set the tab mode of this tab layout to fixed. So these are fixed, not scrollable. And lastly, the back button is working as well. And that's all for this video.